Here comes the news with a twist and a grin. Stephen Allen diving in again. Almost daily, but always sharp. He'll hit your brain like a lightning spark. Stephen Allen, almost daily. Laughs and facts served up plainly. Your dose of wit, it's never shady. Stephen Allen, almost daily.
Well, hello and welcome to another Stephen Allen Almost Daily. I'm Stephen Allen. It's Almost Daily. Yo, welcome. This is the live stream version. It's a Tuesday, so a 12 o'clock live stream. If you're watching it live, get into the comment sections. If you're not watching it live, maybe don't. Actually, you can still comment underneath the video. It's a different area for commenting to those ones, isn't it? So get strapped in on that. Listening to the audio version of this, sorry, just never as coherent as the audio only ones, is it? But that's the world we live in. We're living in a visual world. That's the problem. Which is not great when this is what you got to offer. Speaking of visual, let's address the elephant in the room. No side cam today. Side cam. I bought an extender thing because it was a weird angle, wasn't it? I was going to try and make it fully proper that way on, so you get the most high def out of this, which is not def. And it stopped working. And now look, there's a little red light on it. Shouldn't be red. It don't work anymore. And you plug it into the computer recognizes it, but it comes up with something else now. The USB on this bad boy's gone. It'll be okay. Somehow we will get through today's show. Somehow. Let's see what's happening in the comments section. Early doors on this. Move across. Morning, says Emsicles. Good morning. Morning, Charlotte. Okay, there's a lot of mornings for a while. Good morning all. For a while in the comment section, it was ladies. Ladies. Ladies, all the ladies. Come on, ladies, help me out. All the ladies. Name that song. That's our new competition we're doing today. Steve reads out the lyrics to a song in that character from Seinfeld, Elaine's boss. Elaine. All the ladies. All the ladies. Who's that lad throwing the newspaper? I know, it doesn't really look like me, does it? But don't blame me. Is he here yet? No, we'll wait for our AI expert to turn up in the comments. Proper memes, here he is. Ladies, know your place. All the ladies. Sidecam, you were very special to us, says Charlotte. Rest in peace. Miss you always. 2020 to 2025 in memorandum. Who else we got in the comment section? Chris was there, wasn't he? Saying, is it a whip round for a new sidecam? Might as well be. This was from B&M Bargains, mate. This was worth, I think it was £17. Before we started doing live streaming stuff during the pandemic, I bought this to test out. Like, would it even be possible? Should I just use a webcam? And then I got like a proper webcam for the rest of it. Then I got this 4K little bad boy. Yeah, I miss you. Emsicle says only femmes. But I mean, that's kind of what it is, isn't it? The website you're alluding to, I imagine it's mainly just lasses. Only lasses. That would be the northern version, wouldn't it? Hey, up, are you going on to only lasses? RIP sidecam, yep, says Joodles. Don't worry, but later in the show we will do a special tribute. I'm sure we will do some sort of special tribute to the sidecam. But life moves on. The show must go on. Justin's here. Have you given it a shake? Were we talking about the... Oh, you mean the side cam? Yep. Still doesn't work. The visuals are always better, aren't they? What? Again, I'm not sure what we're talking about. And the side cam, says Justin, preempts the obvious masturbatory joke that I do. Yes. It's almost like you know me too well. You just got to do a Jason Statham to the main camera, but I don't look Statham-esque forwards. The side cam clearly stretched out my face or something, so I could do the, you are not a salmon. Yeah. It made my beard look proper rather than mini ginge. So anyway, that was the black and white thing. Joodles, I said to Steve, if he wants better likenesses, he did. So Proper Meme sent me an email saying, all I need to do higher quality AI of me in the videos is 4 high quality photos of me. I'm not falling for that scam again. Because the next email is, just to make sure your suit looks like it's right. Can we send us some nude ones? And then the AI, yeah, right. Likely story. Thought you meant something else. Everyone thought Justin was talking about that. And I think Justin was. That's also why he's called Justin. Should we do that joke? You must have heard that joke as a kid growing up. When we were naming names, me and my missus had to name 2 children. And my job, I came up with this. My job was to stress test the name. You give me a name for a child and I'll tell you what the bullies could do with it. And Justin obviously got vetoed. Straight out of the park. Not a chat. What? Justin? Come on. I also vetoed any of the one. Oh, I can't say it because now we ended up having a friend who has a son named one of the names I vetoed, and it was one of my examples. Like, you wouldn't name a kid this because he's gonna get absolutely rinsed in the playground. And now we know one. So, proper means because I knew what Steve would think. Yeah. I'm not sending you 4 naked pictures. I'm kind of a person emails me and asks for those again. Not falling for that twice. Right. Anyway, so it's all getting rude in there. Charlotte says, all I've been saying is you are not a salmon all weekend. But it's a good catchphrase. I'm glad this show's brought it back because you know what? You're not a salmon. Unless you are obviously a salmon watching this. Oh, meanwhile, by the way, is your Twitter down? Because I tried to get a few things prepped for this looking at Twitter. There were a few things we were going to do. It's back. I had no Twitter for a sec there. Normally, in the old days, when Twitter was down, you'd go on another social media and be like, "Is Twitter down?" But now it's X. I was going to go on Threads and ask about it, but can you imagine what happens if you go on Threads and say, "Is Twitter down?" What you on still on there for? You scumbag! I'm glad it's down. Yeah, because we couldn't even have social media where we were divided on social media. Now we have to be divided between different platforms. Christ on a bike. Anyway, more comments later on. Get your comments in there. I was going to try and keep this show slick. Already missed that target, but that's absolutely fine. Joodle says, my twat is knackered too. Is it? Was that a different question? Are you replying to Justin? Well, we're up and running. Let's see what's happening on the front pages, because we can still do front page technology, even without a side cam. We've still got desk cam. Don't worry, still got desk cam. Front page of the Times today. Nearly half of Labour supporters want Starmer out by next election. Well, that's going well, isn't it? This is it. Households offered... Why am I not zooming in when we've now got zooming in technology? Households offered $2.5 grand for aircon. I've actually not read this, so let's get into it. I should have done prep, but I was busy doing other stuff. Households will be able to get £2,500 off the cost of heat pumps that can also provide air conditioning. That's how they get you. No one wants heat pumps. But if you have, and it is effectively the same system, isn't it? Aircon and heat pumps. It's the same thing. It's the adiabatic expansion of gas changes temperature. That's how it works. Some people pronounce it like adiabatic. I think they're wrong. Science Corner. It will make a £13 billion energy efficiency program more consumer friendly. The problem with heat pumps is that they don't get as hot as gas does. Gas boilers. Which means you can still heat your home if your radiators have a larger surface area, which they don't, because your radiators were set up for the gas that you've already got. So what you have to do when you get a heat pump in, instead of that warming up the water to like 40 degrees, you got to, because at the moment you get up to like 60 or something, that's where we have ours set. And then you have to have a bigger radiator. So you got to change all your pipes and all your radiators. Oh, how expensive. Why don't we have a system where you use a heat pump to get the water to 40 degrees, then a little bit of gas to top it up to the top? You'd still be using gas. Oh, no, I'm sorry, Thunberg. Still some gas. You'd be using far less gas. And that boiler would be a self-contained, still piped into the gas, but also using a heat pump. Yeah, you'd still need the aircon unit outside. You wouldn't have to change all of your radiators. I'm spinning gold here, people. No one's going for this. And do you know why? Because there's no side cam. I'm no longer taken seriously as a broadcaster. Right. Let's go back to, look at this zooming out technology as well. Sweet. Look at that all the way out. Ooh. Front page of, what's this one? The Sun. It just doesn't add up. Apparently, when people are awaiting their asylum claims being processed, they have math tutors, on-call GPs, and over £30,000 to get out of town, which is £500 more than you get for an air conditioning unit. Just saying. If you want to really fund your aircon, pretend you're leaving and then come back and buy the aircon unit. I'm not sure whether this is a brilliant plan or not. Everyone, look, the Sun's trying to say this is bad. People waiting their claims being processed will get on-call GPs. Is it fair that people in migrant hotels get better access to GPs than me? No. But they have to do maths homework. Oh, that's got you, hasn't it? Because this is all about fairness, this phase 2 of the Labour government. And this might be the fairness we've been looking for. Yes, you can stay in a hotel. Yes, because you can't work, there'll be some sort of money given to you to cover your basic means. But you will have to do GCSE maths. That could it's the deterrent we've been looking for. Rwanda, nothing. 1 in, 1 out. But maths homework. Now, I like the idea of this for many reasons. All of those Green Party MPs saying, well, look, they're all engineers and surgeons. Then they will absolutely walk the maths, won't they? But if they're not, then it becomes a better deterrent. No one likes maths homework, and it has to be maths, and I'll tell you why. You can't really test them on a foreign language. You know what I mean? They just absolutely walked Farsi GCSE. It's not fair. We'd look at it fairness, and this is what it comes down to. So there we go. Well done, the Sun. Racist abuse means I know broken asylum system must be fixed. Big story, but I'd just like to juxtapose it with, I had to fight to save my Jack Russell. It's a sad story, but they've really scuppered you by putting next to that story, haven't they? He turns up going, they'll take a picture of me and my dog and I'll get such sympathy. Right next to, the asylum system. People love dogs, but they don't care about your dogs as much. I'll lead Labour at next election, says Keir Starmer. And this is bad news for him, and I'll tell you why. Everyone else he's given his full-throated backing to has been gone. All of the scandals. Keir Starmer backs them, they got to resign. Keir Starmer backs them, they're out of town. The only person he didn't give a full-throated backing to was Rachel Reeves, who's still there. It was such a, this one, well, we'll see, won't we? And then she sat down and cried and still has the job. So I think he's done himself a misservice here by saying, I fully back myself. Ooh, mate, kiss of death. You've Midas yourself. You've Midas touched yourself, which is a phrase. Now. So there we go. I think it works, isn't it? Don't Midas touch yourself, Justin. Let's see what's happening in the incredibly rude section of the comments. Justin says, I keep forgetting to look at Twitter in recent times. Oh, which one did you migrate to? The Threads or the Blisky? Because it's Eastern European, Bluesky. Is that what it is? You're not Salman Rushdie, says Proper Memes. Twitter's gone, says Chris. Steve's sidecam was a critical part of Twitter's infrastructure. Yeah, I think it was. This was a server farm in here. Technology these days, very good. Science Corner, you spotted Science Corner. Proper Meme says, zooming in to ladies. Ladies. Ladies, all the ladies. Come on, ladies, help me out. All the ladies. Let's talk about... Anyone would like to say that in the comment section? No one's guessing it because it's one of the words that gets filtered out in the comment section, isn't it? Charlotte, this is why Tuesday is my favourite day. What? Because the heat pump. We're talking about heat pumps. Alex says, I got a solar panelled heat pump. Right? Is this a bald joke? No? All right. For the council, and it's useless because it's not sunny in this country. True. Which is, you're right, it's not very warm in this country. What you need is like a good heating system. Yeah. Twitter's back now, says Proper Memes. All the single ladies. No, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking Beyonce. Ladies, all the ladies, come on now, help me out. All the ladies. Plot twist, next election is January, says Proper Memes. And Charlotte says, not forgetting Thursdays, of course, yes. Maths, English and science would be the perfect deterrent, says... Yeah. Actually, even worse, make people in migrant hotels study one of Michael Gove's baccalaureates, so it wouldn't even be useful even if they did pass. No, actually, that's too cruel. Even Theresa May's inhospitable environment or a hostile environment wouldn't be like, yeah, and you've got to study for a baccalaureate. Waste your time doing that. Steve's nickname was Heat Pump when he was single, says Proper Memes. Ladies. So, let's crack on with the main part of it. I think it's this button. No. Is it this button? Hang on, I've written them down. It's not that one. I've not written this bit down. This one.
Let's get inside the news.
It's been a while. So the front pages. Look at the desk camera. Do you know what that is? It's the USB cord from the cam. Oh. We miss you, Sidecam. We miss you. Let's get through some of these. Hang on, Joodle says lol to the idea of me being known as heat pump. What's funny about that? Could have happened during cold days. Emsicle says salt and pepper. You're right. That's right. Justin, I keep glancing at the X icon and thinking, nah, I'll play Word Wipe on YouTube Playables instead. I have no idea what that is, but it sounds toilety. Bring back Larry Entz. Okay, we'll see if we can do some of those. That's not a bad idea. All right, MOD spy alerts in Chinese car fleet. Defense chiefs have come up with a brilliant idea. They've put spy alerts on spy alerts. That's it's selling it a bit big, isn't it? On these Chinese cars used by staff. So if you buy a Chinese car, they have a sign that says, can't zoom in on this any further than this, avoid conversations above official within this vehicle. So spy alerts. They put up a sign saying don't talk about top secret stuff in this car. And I love the idea that you could put up a sign that prohibits certain conversations in a car. I'm not a spy. That's what a spy would say. But the idea that you could do that with like a little sign that says no talking about what other women at work said that you thought was mean. Oh, the drive home would be amazing. Imagine that. Oh, a little conversation of let's not bring up anything that was more than 3 months ago. Oh, I'd have those printed off around the house. And I'm not saying why. Otherwise, we'll be having another conversation in the car, won't we? Ladies, what I like about this picture of this guy is that he posed for this picture next to my news desk. Look at that. It's the same. Look. When did he sneak in here, lie on my desk, and get photographed by desk cam? This guy. So, beards. Beat a six-pack. Hello. Blokes, stop slaving away in the gym. Most women prefer facial hair to a six-pack. Good news. The outlaw mustache. Prison facial hair, is that what you're into? I mean, they are. We keep saying, ladies, loving you, but some of you are not well because you write to people on death row. I'm just saying. Before you go, men are weird, aren't they? Yeah, death row. The outlaw mustache was crowned the sexiest style with a fifth of the vote. The Tom Selleck, the chevron. I mean, I'm presuming let's call it the Charlie Chaplin didn't do well. Ladies love facial hair. And here's my new one. Yep. The full beard and a shaped goatee rounded out the top 5. Clean shaven flopped badly, finishing 9th out of 10th. And you can't read this yet, I'll move it up. The only one that it beat, mutton chops. Which actually is surprising. I think if you want facial hair, mutton chops are technically the sexiest because still got facial hair, but the one bit you've left is the business end. I mean, you're not going to, because you don't have Velcro. That's the downside, isn't it? When beard meets other hair, it can be problematic. So you just do the mutton chops, leave the business, there for pleasure. No one? Okay. Since we do have some ladies in the comment section, let's see what's happening. I have a sore left boob. Says Joodles. I think it's in mourning. Well, have you checked the other one? I don't want to swear too much on a YouTube thing, but I'm willing to do it for this joke. Have you checked the other one? Then again, I don't want you feeling all right to it. You don't want to know what part of me is sore. Okay, let's get back up to proper me says the left chestnut. I suppose they are, aren't they? The Brazilian for the face. It is, isn't it? The Brazilian for the face. 2 landing strips pointing to a... No. Anyway, so that's the facial hair. The Chaplin moustache is very popular nowadays, according to Starmer. And Justin says, I can neither grow a good beard or have a six-pack. I do, however, have a very hairy belly. Well, why don't you draw a face on your ribs? I'm here to help. My lady does not like facial hair. Every time I grow a beard, it's not welcome. Okay, well, is she actually a lady? Because this survey would tell you you've got grounds to request one of them their DNA tests. The ladies love facial hair. It's a syllogism, isn't it? Ladies love facial hair. Your lady does not like facial hair. Therefore, your lady is not a lady. That is one of them their syllogisms. I'd love to see how the auto subtitle is getting the word syllogism. Yeah. Oh no, he got it right. Because it could have been like, when you're watching Surprise, Surprise and you get a bit too excited. Joodle says, I'm with your lady, Chris. I knew she was up to no good. You're with his lady? That's what it is. That's why she don't like facial hair. She's batting for the other team. Cadbury's Christmas chocolate selection cut in size. Cadbury's Christmas selection pouches, chocolate pouch, have been quietly slashed in size in another example of shrinkflation. Shrinkflation, I'm sure you know what it is, but if not, I'll describe it. Inflation, things get more expensive. Shrinkflation, things stay the same but get smaller. And it tries to pull a fast one, doesn't it? It's like same price, but things are getting smaller and smaller. And you can get away with it for a while, but at some point, we're all going to feel like we're living in Lilliput, aren't we? Like, why am I still growing? Because I am just way bigger than all chocolate bars. You know what I mean? I mean, I am growing wider because of all the chocolate bars, but that's... So there we go. Heroes, roses. No more heroes anymore. Heroes, roses, and twirls packs have been reduced by 10%. The pouches on sale for £5. They were 300 grams, now they're 270. The problem is, it doesn't help you out. You can't make the argument it's going to make us less fat, because if you've not had your fill, you just open another pack and then you're straight through that, don't you? The idea of the to share, the 2 packs of double deckers, which is already mathematically interesting. That's a 4 deck you got there. I'm playing with a full deck, and no one's ever commented that in the comment section. Yeah, no idea where I was going with that, but there we go. Back into the comment section to see what's happening here. Joodles, does Chris know? Exactly, something's going on there. I think this was a newspaper review show, and now it's gone a little bit Jeremy Kyle. Chris might be having an affair with Joodles. Chris's wife might be having an affair with Joodles, because Chris's wife isn't into men. We know this. And Chris, your wife is with me now. Bring her out, lady. She's not actually now. That would have been great if only I'd have prepared that. Chris's lady's just turned up to Joodle. See you later. Well, have fun. Tell her to focus on the right one. You don't want to make the left one worse. Have you seen Ashley Banjo's latest beard? It's too weird. I've not, actually. Do you know what? In terms of regular Google searches, Ashley Banjo's latest beard is not near one of the most common suggestions I get. This is more Jeremy Kyle than JK on Talk nowadays. That's true. That's true. My friend Jeremy Kyle. We get on like a house on fire, me and him now. I told him that when I was at university in Birmingham, I used to listen to him on BRMB, and it just made him feel old, because that's where he used to work. Half of Now, look, I know this is a joking show, but sometimes there is the serious issue that we have to talk about. Mental health is one of them. Half of Brits would choose to be French. Yeah. I don't know what's going on out there, but something's going on, isn't it? Brits would want to be French if they had to swap nationalities. If they had to. And you don't have to. I think you're aware of that. Despite centuries of rivalry, more than half of us would choose to hail from France, home to Café Boss René. And thanks for... In case you didn't know what the French were, in case you don't have any reference to what the French is, this newspaper's helped you out by going, remember that TV show, Allo Allo? If you thought that guy was speaking with a weird accent, we can explain that to you. He was French. Some 59% reckon that the French are classier than us, while 69% confess they have levels of sophistication that we aspire to. The ASDA study found. If you want to know about sophistication, why not go and read an ASDA study? I know, maybe that's being harsh, but it's just fair, isn't it? Croissants came out on top of the things we love about the nation. If you want to read my thoughts on the croissant, go to my Substack. One of the free articles on there really gets into why the French shouldn't boast about their croissant. Also, rename it. No one can say that. It's a sound that no human face can make. C-R-O, but with like a W in there as well. We also like their wine and cheese. You know, you can buy wine and cheese here. You can buy French wine and cheese. You don't have to be French to buy French wine and cheese. So there we go. Good news. Let's have a look. Good lad, Chris, says Joodles. You have your uses. Sorting out the missus. What's her name, Banjo's beard? Could be, couldn't it? PM, you're a little odd. Well, I think we're all... This is a safe space to be odd. If we start getting rid of odd people off this show, we're just watching a blue wall. They've chosen Rene and Yvette as examples. They have, because they were the most famous... Name a famous French person. Wrong, Rene and Yvette. Maybe Mimi as well. No, I'm a lot odd, says Proper Memes. Charlotte says, I'm always told I look French. How dare they? Who says that to you? Don't put up for that. Is it the onions? It'll be the beret, says Chris. Yes. Are you wearing one of them there raspberry berets? It's the onions on the necklace, Ishar. I knew it, and that won't keep vampires away. Yes, they're the same family, but it won't work. U-turn on Epstein. No, U-turn on Epstein. Donald Trump has U-turned and urged fellow Republicans to vote for the release of the files on paedophile Jeffrey Epstein. Could we put this in context? Because it was going to happen anyway. So he was very much against it, and then that new person, can never remember how you pronounce their name, finally gets signed in to be, in the House of Representatives or whatever it is, which means there will be enough votes to pass releasing the files, and all of a sudden he's like, we are in favour of releasing the files like a dog. And I'm watching the Apprentice, the film, The Apprentice, where they go through his life, and I'm annoying to watch that film with, because the guy who's, the Winter Soldier guy who's playing Trump in it, he does the mouth really, really well, and every so often I just sit there going, like a dog. Yeah, so let's not give too much credit. You turn on it because you know it's going to happen anyway, and then we're in favour of this. We've not been beaten. Never admit defeat. One of the things you learn from that film. Nothing worth clipping on today's show so far. Bad news, isn't it? Freddie Cash as Mercury on a coin. This is such a terrible headline. Rock icon Freddie Mercury is being celebrated with a Royal Mint coin. How is there no headline like Queen's back on coin then? That's as close as you can get to something that's clippable, and it's not going to happen. Wow, more impressions, says Chris. Was that Arthur Daly? Like a dog. Staff told to check on Naga in probe. Is that what she drives these days? BBC bosses have assigned watchdogs, like a dog, watchdogs to monitor Naga Munchetty after she was placed under investigation. The presenter, 50, ouch, meow, is also now permitted to work only with certain producers at BBC Breakfast on Radio 5 Live. Oh. Can I just say, following last week's trouble at Beeb, if you wanted evidence that they've got too much money, they can hire someone to watch Naga Munchetty. And not on the telly either, just follow her around. Imagine that's your job. What are you doing at the BBC? Oh, watch BBC Breakfast and Naga. Oh yeah, so do I. No, I just follow her around. Having said that, if they'd have done that with other newsreaders, it would have been money well spent. Mercury coin. Look, Proper Means has got a good point. That's the wrong metal. You don't want to put... Mercury is a metal. It's a great metal, don't get me wrong. It's one of the best. However, it's liquid at room temperature, at standard pressure, and also highly toxic, and also dissolves other metals. So it's not a... Quick side note on that, though. If ever you use the word amalgam, you're using it incorrectly. An amalgam is an alloy that includes mercury. If you're not specifically talking about an alloy that includes mercury, and I guess you're not, unless you're talking about old fillings from the 80s, you're using it incorrectly. Where's me pedantic grammar jingle? Pedantic grammar jingle coming at you.
Don't you mean...
Yes, don't you mean not an amalgam? Stupid officially. Artificial intelligence is officially stupid. Consumer Bible Witch has found that the bots are giving inaccurate, unclear and risky advice. Well, we've got something in common. Andrew Laughlin is a tech expert, says, we found that when it comes to getting the answers, the devil is in the detail. Our research uncovered far too many inaccuracies, misleading statements for comfort, especially when leaning on AI for important issues like financial or legal queries. That's your own stupid fault, isn't it? If you I didn't go for a lawyer. We used ChatGPT, and what happened then? Well, I'm on death row. Oh no, but I'm getting women writing to me, so horses for courses. There's no way to refer to the ladies, is it? Alloy. Proper memes. Nice. That's good. That's good. I like it. She's really tiny, in fairness. She would be easy to lose, says Emsicles. Are we talking about Mimi? Is that why we forgot Mimi? Who was the one as well? The leader of the resistance? Michelle. Come on. That was the one, wasn't it? Eh? Especially down the back of the sofa, says Emsicles. And Gollum opportunity missed. Because I said the word stupid, but then I have to look at the side cam.
Because we misses it.
I missed the... If you would like to contribute to the new Sidecam fund, they are expensive. They're £17. I'll see what I can do. All right, back to the news. I've already done half an hour, so I better wrap this bad boy up. £23 for a tube of toothpaste. Maybe I'm wrong about how cheap the webcam's going to be. The price of a tube of toothpaste has hit £23 in supermarkets, with shoppers accusing firms of profiteering. Well, the good news is that price is nothing to smile about. Toothpaste such as Colgate, Oral-B, that was my nickname on... Come on. Already routinely priced between £8 and £10. Meanwhile, high-end whitening pastes. Why are you trying to whiten your high-end? But, it's not... I don't know what people get up to. £23 for 75ml. Oral-B Intensive Whitening. There's a joke there I ain't going to do. Was on sale in Tesco in Birmingham for £20. So I don't know where the 23 comes from, but let's not worry about it. They've just inflated it for effect. Can we subsidise this? I think we should. It's the same with soap and deodorants. For those of us who use a lot of public transport, the one thing I would be willing to see my taxes go up for is to pay for toothpastes, because people smell, and deodorant, because people smell, and soap, because people smell. Have you noticed that people smell? I've got a really good sense of smell, and it makes life hell. It really is. That brief time when I lost my sense of smell twice during the lockdown era, and it was all right. Felt weird, because I do rely on my smell quite a lot, like a hound. But it was nice. And I think I'd be willing to help people out so they don't have that weird smell of rotting teeth that some people get. You can smell it just when it's just rotting food in there. That's bad, but there's that worse one where you can smell the rotting teeth. I hate life. Chris says we hate toothpastes.
We hate toothpastes.
There's no side cam. My precious amalgam ring. Is that what you've been trying to whiten? For £23, that's probably worth it, isn't it? This one, speaking of, Airbnb 50 Shades of Stay. Yeah? Take a look inside Britain's raunchiest Airbnb with a shegschwing and bondage rooms that guests can't get enough of. Ended a sentence with a preposition, I think, of which guests can't get enough, is what you meant. Casa Amor, state-of-the-art hot tub suite, it's the hot tub that puts me off, and an intimacy swing, and a pillory bed. I was following you so far. What's a pillory bed? There we go. And can I just say, I hope that this is well advertised before you book. Do you know what I mean? Because if you I just need a place to stay, and it doesn't go into detail about this, and you're like, I found a place, don't worry, I've booked in. And you open that door. Wow. It's going to be a moment, isn't it? It's going to be an interesting moment to try and excuse that one. I've not looked it up. I am going to go and read the reviews because I imagine they're hilarious. But there we go. I wanted where this was, and it says St Andrew's Cross. And I was like, where's that? Is that in Edinburgh? That's the thing, is it? Even I'm learning. It's the hot tub that's the problem there, though, isn't it? The rest of it, do whatever you want, but hot tubs are just human soup. Ugh. The idea of a bath, you should get cleaner at the end of it than you are at the start of it. Yeah. All right. What's happening in the comments? I imagine that's kicked off something. I hope Lewis isn't watching, says Emsicles. Yep. Well, because of the teeth thing. He saved himself £23, but I don't get it. Look, you ladies seem to love him. And he doesn't brush his teeth. But then you also write to people on death row. So I'm not sure it's a compliment that ladies like you these days. Annual bleaching, says I like that. You're one typo away from having like a very busy Google calendar, aren't you? We need this story because today's chat hasn't been quite filthy enough. You're quite right. Dirty Steves don't come cheap. What have I... This is what your proper meme said that, and he's the one who wants 4 pictures of me. Not falling for that again. Colgate Max White Ultimate Radiance Teeth Whitening Toothpaste, £23.98. Colgate Max White also is one of my fake names that I use. So it is real. Proper meme says Air BDSM. Yep. Ooh, I like it, says Charlotte. Good. And damn, this chat censoring is killing my jokes. I bet it would be. Even I'm not sure I should have done half of these topics today. All right. Don't worry, we've only got a few stories left before we're all done. Parasocial, online relationships with celebrities you don't know. This is the story that apparently parasocial, meaning the link you feel to a star you do not know, has been named in the dictionary. It's a word of the year. We've already had one word of the year came out. I can't remember which dictionary it was. No one cares. Why have we got competing dictionaries? As if, surely, if we can't agree on words, it's okay having 2 different social media platforms so you can cry about that. But, the term applied to one-sided relationships with the likes of Taylor Swift, fictional characters, and even ChatGPT has surged in use. Originally came out in the 1950s for when you'd feel a connection to film stars and TV stars and things. And now it's for people like Taylor Swift. I guess it wouldn't include the OnlyFans because that's not technically one-sided, is it? It's a two-way street. It's easier to see them than it is to see my GP. That's all I'm saying. This is the Cambridge Dictionary of the Year. Parasocial. Are you going to use that in a sentence a lot? YouTuber iShow Speed blocked an abusive fan he called his #1 parasocial. Singer Chapel Roan, again, probably a thing you'd see on a map rather than a person, but it's all right, called out her followers' creepy behaviour. Oh, it's creepy, is it? There you go. Well, just saying, if you want someone that's not just a one-way reaction, someone who will respond to you. You want someone who's so unsuccessful at their job. They're not Taylor Swifting this. They're actually talking about the comments in the comment section. You see, I saved you out of that one, didn't I? Justin says the packaging says it's 10 times whiter teeth. You'd need your units on that, wouldn't you? I'm not sure how they've measured it. There you go. Steve's fan club is called Steve N Parasocial Club. I'll have it. I just need to check that the acronym's not rude because I know what you're like. No, that's fine. Is a stalker called a parasite? Well, PM beat me to it. Well, they're all having fun there then. 2 stories left. 4 in 10 men, 2 out of 5, come on. Round it down. Denominators. Men feel snubbed by MPs. Disillusionment is driving men away from mainstream politics. 4 in 10 men, it's 2 out of 5. 40%, come on. The focus that politicians are more focused on women's issues than problems bloke might face. Oh, interesting. I don't know if I dare even comment too much on that. I will say this. I think sometimes we think we should pay attention to women's issues more. And one of my favourite things to do is every so often, if you ever listen to Radio 4, I'm sure you don't, but you might just accidentally tune in and you'll hear that there'll be some sort of interview on the Today programme where they're talking about how no one really discusses the menopause and being perimenopausal, followed by Women's Hour where they'll have someone on who's talking about how no one talks about the menopause. After that, there'll be a special interview with some celebrity who's got a menopause book out. Then there'll be a play about what it's like to be a menopausal woman in a world where no one ever mentions it, followed by there's another play later on. The nighttime comedy will be some comedian who's got a special about being menopausal, and then the shipping forecast. Probably also about being menopausal, which explains some of the hot flushes. So you do have some problems. And it's about time someone flipping addressed them. Not true, just ask Jess Phillips. I don't know if I dare. Can anyone explain why parasocial means what they just said? Yeah, it makes no sense. Parasocial. It doesn't describe one way, does it? Yeah, I suppose a parasite, because it's not a symbiosis. It's not a symbiotic relationship. So I suppose that's what it is. It actually is mixing. Earlier on in the chat, was it Proper Memes got parasite? That's what it is. It's a portmanteau of parasite and social, I imagine. Sometimes it's a dumb web stream talking about kinky stories from the Daily Star. Sometimes we actually talk about stuff. Sneaky tax rise to fund welfare. Rachel Reeves will hit families with a stealth tax bombshell to pay for Labour's failure to bring down the welfare bill. But obviously, I mean, it's just maths, isn't it? We've ruled out borrowing because that's already getting too expensive. So if you don't have an income tax rise, the same amount of money is going to be needed. I've been saying this on telly for ages. Everyone, it'd be disgraceful if we have the income tax going up. Whether the income tax goes up or not, the same level of tax will go up by the amount that they require, whether you like it or not. My theory is it will all be on drivers. They'll put box junction everywhere, and you just try and move, it'll be a £100 fine. If it's not that, it'll be something else. And that's why when everyone gets upset about the idea of taxing betting shops, it's got to go from somewhere, and I don't bet. So if they put it on energy drinks, this web stream is done. Let's have a look. 40s is definitely a menopausal shipping forecast combo, says Emsicles. If I knew any of the words of the shipping forecast, I'd do a parody version now, but I don't. So, this has not been the well put together professional broadcast I was hoping for, and I'll tell you why. I'm in mourning, man. You know. I missed the side cam. The very good M's, Joodle says. Oh, no, it's for that one I just read out, yeah. Hi-ho, Kermit's here. I suppose a parachute only goes one way. Good point. Unless you get a real big backdraft. Look, the point is, I'm really upset because we've lost the side cam. And this side cam's been through a lot. You can see the blue tack stuck to it. It was stuck on the window for a while using blue tack. And then it was just left in a box for most of its life. And now if you try and turn it on, a little red light. Oh, even the red light's gone. Let me check you might mean. Oh, no, there it is. Come here. It's not meant to be red. I just think I missed the side cam. So, and that's why I didn't have time to put together the things to plug. We can try and do that now, but I don't have the thing. I can read out my diary.
Here are the plugs where you can see Steve and Helen all this week.
Tonight, I'm in London, doing a gig in kind of Mill Hill area. It's a new material one, and as you can tell today, I don't really have any, so we'll see what happens there. Wednesday night on GB News at 11 o'clock, reviewing the newspapers, followed by technically Thursday, from midnight till 2, reviewing the newspapers. It's the same newspapers. Shh, don't let people know they're paying me twice for the same work. On Friday, I'm in Chertsey, which I believe to be a place. Surrey? Yep. On Saturday, I'm back on GB News, 11 o'clock newspaper review, but with Alex Armstrong. I've been trying to get back on that show. I like working with Alex. We get on well. Sunday, I'll be writing my newspaper column that comes out in the Swindon Advertiser, and that's basically it. In the comment section, Joodle says, we all miss the side cam. I'll ring a priest, maybe. Well, if you do ring a priest, use some of that whitener. Try 60s, that's worse. I pull a muscle by sitting and thinking, says Chris. Don't do that. Last thing you want to do, sit, fine, don't think. You'll become the kind of person who doesn't watch this web stream. Charlotte says, love you, side cam. It was good while it lasted, wasn't it? Good mans indeed, good mans. All that is necessary for evil to succeed is for good mans to do nothing, and now this good man's does nothing. Thank you for watching. You can subscribe to the YouTube thing. Thursdays, I really will try and be more on it. Like, actually have a plan for the show. I'll remember to sit in the side that's not got the comments on as well. I'll do everything. I'll even apologise for this shirt. I'm not on this. I don't like it. It's a terrible material. but I need things that aren't blue because I blend in. Proper Meme says, I used to live close to Chertsey on the M3. Well, at least I know where I'm heading now, down the M3. Ooh, I might pop into the Fleet Services. I'm not sure we needed to know that, Chris. What about sitting and thinking? At least someone's doing some thinking on the show today. It very much wasn't me. Justin says I'm going to play some word wipe now. It's always better to wipe afterwards or whatever. I'm not sure where we're going on that one. Too late, Joodles. I'm a sharer. So some of the people on that Airbnb. More on it on Thursdays after being up till 3. Oh, that's a good point. Thursday show, I'm up till 3 a.m. and then I'll be really tired on Thursday. Okay. Next Tuesday, I'll try and do a fairly sensible actual review of the new show or something. But before we go, I've joked a lot about the webcam. And I've missed the webcam. I missed it. It was nice having a camera for the news and a camera over there. So look, Ko-fi.com/Mr. Stephen Allen, Substack.com /@Mr. Stephen Allen, all of these. But it's more about just wanting to pay tribute. So we'll play out today with a little tribute to the sidecam, if you don't mind. Sidecam, we barely knew thee. Till next time, goodbye. I'll miss you and your side-angled view. You made me feel that all was right. You only filmed in black and white. It was just you and me, and the angles you'd see. Now you're gone, it really hurts. You used to film my shirts, and now that you're gone, how am I to carry on? Guess I'll have to face the brunt. I'm only filming from the front. This upset I can't hide. When I look to the side, your empty holder's a distraction. No one to film my quick reaction. We were more than just friends. I bought you from B&M's. I miss you, oh damn. You were my beautiful side cam. I miss you, side cam.